He was broke, mired in debt, and without prospects. I worked all day, but there was never enough money. Each new bill was a cruel reminder that her life was trapped in an endless cycle. But one day, everything changed. And it wasn't by luck, nor by an unexpected stroke of luck. He simply changed one habit, something so simple that most people ignore. And this small adjustment completely transformed your financial reality. Today, he is a millionaire. And the best part? You can do the same. If you've ever felt like you're stuck, that you work hard but never see results, stay with me until the end. I'll show you exactly what this change was and how to apply it to your life, step by step. This is the kind of knowledge that can unlock your prosperity, but few people actually understand and practice it. So, if you want to get out of this endless race and build a future of abundance, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because here I show you how to transform your mindset and your bank account. And tell me in the comments, what is the biggest financial challenge you face today? Your comment may help others who are going through the same thing. Now, let's get to this incredible story, because the secret to wealth may be much closer than you think. He woke up every day with a weight on his chest. Bills piled up, deadlines passed, and every call I received was another creditor demanding payment. The salary was barely enough to cover the basics, and any unforeseen event was a disaster. He had tried everything: overtime, odd jobs, even selling a few things to make quick money, but nothing seemed to be enough. It was as if he was running on a treadmill, pushing himself to the limit without moving. The frustration was constant, and the question that never left his head was, why do some people get rich so quickly while I'm stuck in this never-ending struggle? Social media only made this feeling worse. He saw people his age traveling, buying new cars, living their dream lives. Meanwhile, he was there, counting the pennies to pay the rent. Deep down, he didn't believe that a life of wealth was possible for someone like him. Maybe some people just had better luck. Maybe success wasn't for everyone. And if that was the case, what was the point in trying anymore? If you've been there, if you've ever felt like you work hard but never see progress, know that you're not alone. Many people face this same cycle of scarcity, but few understand what really keeps them stuck. If this video is already making sense to you, comment below. I want to break out of this cycle. I want to know how many people are ready to change their lives. And if you haven't signed up yet, do so now, because in the next few minutes I'm going to tell you the one change that completely changed this game. He was already used to living under pressure, but that day something different happened. After another exhausting shift, walking home with his head down, he ran into an old friend he hadn't seen in years. The shock was immediate. The last time they saw each other, that friend was as broken as he was. But now, he was there, well-dressed, driving a luxury car, and with a smile on his face that exuded confidence. Curiosity was inevitable. What had he done differently? What shortcut had he discovered? The conversation started with stories about the past, but soon got to what really mattered. When he finally asked how his friend's life had changed so much, he expected to hear about $1 million business, a lucky investment, or something impossible for someone in his situation. But the answer came simple, direct, and unexpected. I changed the way I think about money. He laughed immediately. Like this? Does thinking change bank account? This sounded like talk from a cheap self-help book. But the friend insisted, it all starts in your mind. If you continue to think like someone who is broke, you will continue to be broke. Money only comes to those who are mentally prepared to receive it. That phrase kept ringing in your head. He spent the night without sleep, reliving every choice he had made, every thought of scarcity he had entertained over the years. Could it be that his biggest prison was mental? Could it be that the problem was never the lack of money, but rather the way he saw money? At that moment, he decided to test it. He decided to give up his old beliefs and try a new way of thinking. And that one decision changed everything. Now, before I continue, I want to know, do you believe your mindset influences your bank account? Write here in the comments. My mind creates my wealth if you are willing to change your way of thinking. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do so now, because in the next few minutes I'm going to tell you exactly what habit was that turned this idea into millions. That night, something changed inside him. For once, instead of drowning in worry, he decided to do something different. He sat down on the bed, closed his eyes, and began to imagine his ideal life. But it wasn't just a distant dream, something vague and impossible. He visualized every detail as if he were already living it. He felt the texture of the steering wheel of his dream car in his hands. Imagine the feeling of opening the door to your new home, of seeing money entering your account with ease. He didn't just see it, he felt it. And the more I repeated this exercise, the more real it seemed. In the first few days, the mind resisted. Thoughts of doubt arose. That's bullshit. Who do you think you are? None of this is going to happen. But he ignored it. It persisted. Every morning, before starting his day, and every night, before going to sleep, he would take a few minutes to visualize his new reality. And something surprising started to happen. He began to notice opportunities that he had previously ignored. New ideas emerged. His behavior changed. He spoke and acted with more confidence, and that energy began to attract different people and circumstances. What once seemed impossible now seemed inevitable. The secret was simple. The mind does not distinguish between imagination and reality. By visualizing himself as a millionaire every day, he reprogrammed his subconscious to pursue that destiny. And when the mind believes in something, it finds a way. That's how everything started to change. And now, I want you to experience this. In the comments, write, "I see my wealth," to commit to this practice. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, do so now, because in the next few minutes I'm going to show you how this mental shift turned into real money. At first, he didn't see external changes, but something inside him was already different. Before, he woke up tired, unmotivated, carrying the feeling that each day would be just another battle to survive. Now, something was different. He felt a new energy, a clarity he had never had before. Where I previously saw problems, I now saw opportunities. Where I thought before I can't afford this, now he asked, how can I achieve this? Small changes began to accumulate, like dominoes falling one after another, creating an effect he had never imagined. He realized that his mind was reprogramming itself. Before, I spent energy worrying about what I didn't have. Now, his attention was completely focused on what he wanted to achieve. And like a magnet, he began to attract into his life exactly what he visualized. New people emerged with valuable ideas and connections. Unexpected opportunities began to appear. It wasn't magic. It was focus. He simply changed what fed his mind every day. And when the mind changes, actions change. And when actions change, results appear. This happens because your brain is like a GPS system. If you set a clear destination, he finds the way. But if you spend all your time reinforcing thoughts of scarcity, that's exactly what it will continue to create. And now, I want to know, what is the destiny you are programming in your mind? Write here in the comments. I choose abundance to affirm that commitment to your own success. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do so now, because in the next section I'll show you how this mental change started to generate real money. The mental shift was just the beginning. He realized that in order for his new reality to manifest, he needed to act on this vision. It wasn't enough to just imagine himself rich. He needed to make decisions like someone who was already on the path to riches. It was then that he began to study about money, something that he previously avoided because he found it complicated or too distant from his reality. He started reading books about finance, watching lectures, looking for mentors. Whereas before I saw money as a problem, I now saw it as a tool. And the first big decision he made was to stop saying, "I can't," and start asking, "What can I do to change this?" He realized he was surrounded by opportunities he had always ignored. He began to see ways to increase his income, offer value, and develop skills. Instead of settling for a fixed, limited salary, he decided to create new sources of income. He took a simple idea and put it into practice. At first, it was slow, small gains here and there. But he persisted because he now understood that wealth does not happen overnight, but rather as the result of small daily decisions. And the further I went, the more doors opened. It was this action mindset that lifted him out of stagnation and put him on the path to financial freedom. And now, I want you to reflect. What can you do today to start this transformation? In the comments, write, "I make wealth decisions," to reaffirm this commitment. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do so now, because in the next few minutes I'm going to show you how these actions created a snowball effect that multiplied your income. At first, the results seemed small, almost insignificant, but he didn't stop. He continued visualizing, continued making decisions aligned with his new mindset, continued looking for ways to expand his income. And then, something powerful happened. The small victories started to accumulate. Money that once seemed impossible to earn began to flow more easily. He managed to pay off his first debts, had access to new business opportunities, and began to notice a pattern. The more he applied this new mental model and acted consistently, the faster the results appeared. And if you've ever wondered why some people make a lot of money easily, while you, even with so much sacrifice, study, and dedication, can't prosper, if you want to discover the secrets that helped me unlock my mind and go from debt to millionaire in less than 1 year, I have something amazing for you. In my new book, Rich Mind, I'm going to show you that getting rich is easy and that what's really difficult is convincing yourself of it. If you want to put an end, once and for all, to your hidden enemies who sabotage your success and unlock your mind to make money towards the life you deserve, I will leave the official link for you to download the Rich Mind ebook here in the description and in the first comment pinned to this video. Dare to think differently. Let's continue. It was at that moment that he understood the true power of leverage. Before, I worked hard for every penny. Now, he has learned how to make his money work for him. His investments began to grow, his business began to expand, and what once seemed impossible became a reality. People around him started to notice. "What happened to you?" they asked. And the answer was simple. He had stopped thinking like someone broke and started acting like someone prosperous. And prosperity attracts prosperity. This change was not luck. It was a snowball effect, where each small decision generated an increasingly greater impact. And this can happen to you too, but only if you start now. So tell me here in the comments, what is the first action you will take to change your financial reality? He writes, "I'm ready for my transformation, and let's go together on this path to abundance." And of course, if you haven't signed up yet, do so now, because in the next section I'll show you exactly how you can apply this same method to your life today. Now that you know how this transformation happened, the most important question is, how can you apply this to your life, starting today? The answer is simpler than it seems, but it requires commitment. It all starts with a small habit, which may seem insignificant at first, but has the power to change everything. The first thing you need to do is really decide that you are ready for this change. Not just want, but commit. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine your ideal life. Not as a distant desire, but as something that is already yours. Feel the emotion of living this reality. Feel the freedom of no longer worrying about money, of being able to choose how to live your life without limitations. That's the first step. Now comes the practical part. Starting today, every morning and every night, take a few minutes to visualize this reality as if it were already yours. See the details, feel the emotions, bring that vision to the present. But don't stop there. Ask yourself every day, what's one small step I can take right now to get closer to that reality? And then, act. It could be studying more about money, looking for new sources of income, changing the way you talk and think about wealth. Small accumulated actions generate gigantic results. And remember, your mind is programming your reality all the time. If you keep reinforcing scarcity beliefs, that's what you're going to attract. But if you start to see abundance as something natural, it will start to appear in your life. This isn't magic, it's science. And now, I want you to take the first step. Right here in the comments, I choose abundance now to make this commitment to your new reality. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do so now, because I will continue to bring you content that will help you transform your mindset and, consequently, your financial life. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message, because together we can create a prosperity movement. The change starts now, and it all depends on what you do from this moment on.